Alright, we're going to take you past our metro sets. You can hopefully get a peek of the giant obstacle course. Looks pretty cool. But, so long, big city. Hello, big jungle.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. It was great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Yes, that is right. Make sure you remain seated, hold on to your loved ones, and hold on to your personal belongings. I hate to lose anyone or anything in a place like Skull Island full of dinosaurs, a giant gorilla, and I'm pretty sure those were Skull and Bones on the entrances who are coming in here. Let's hear a little bit more from Peter Jackson on what it was like creating the experience you're about to go through.
The Universal Tram is winding its way through a very rough, narrow trail in Skull Island, allowing the visitors a little sneak peek at some of the wildlife of Skull Island. In a sense, this is like a mini sequel, a mini continuation. We are just taking the Kong and Skull Island and the dinosaurs that we established in our feature film, and this is another day, another incident on Skull Island, using the creatures and the character and personality of Kong as he appeared in the movie.
Welcome back, everybody, to Skull Island.
Put your glass on.
Nobody's lived here for hundreds of years. It's so true.
Put your glass on. Uh-oh.
Okay, glasses on, everybody. We're back in Skull
Island. Okay, nobody move a muscle.
What?
Oh my gosh. Oh no, okay. Kong? King Kong, can you help us? Yo, that was King Kong 360 3D.
Woo!
That'll take you out of that post-lunch coma, won't it? Wow. Seemed like some of you got a little wet, yeah. It's okay, it's just dino spit. I guarantee it won't happen again. Now you can take those 3D glasses off, you'll need them later on throughout the tour, I'll make sure to tell you when. But now, Epic Battle that we were just a part of was created by Peter Jackson and his team over at Wedded Digital. They're a New Zealand-based digital effects company utilizing some of the most advanced filmmaking technology in the world as well as some of the world's largest screens. 40 feet tall and 180 feet long. There they are on your screen right now. That's what we just drove through. They have 6 Oscars. Most recently, they've worked on Marvel's Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, and Marvel's Eternals.
Yeah, definitely.
With a project like the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where the people are looking. They're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away. We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride. Okay.
Our tram, wow, that's loud. Our tram became part of the action when the T-Rex dragged us into the ravine. And that turned us into what we call a picture car. That's any vehicle that appears on screen in film and television. And we're about to show you some of our most recognizable picture cars coming up on your left-hand side. Get those cameras out, y'all. But stay seated, please. I don't want to have to call you out. We're going to start with Kit from the 2008 Knight Rider reboot, voiced by Val Kilmer. The Magnum PI Ferrari, which in reality is a fiberglass shell over a Volkswagen engine. It's because it's cheaper to fix. My personal favorites are the Back to the Future cars. I want a flying car so badly. Make it for me. Please, please, give me one. On the opposite end of the timeline, you have the prehistoric vehicles from the Flintstones, powered by your feet, not by an engine. Repurposed golf carts, if you can believe it. Too Fast, Too Furious. They're getting ready to start production on Fast 10. Yes, there's going to be 10 Fast and Furious movies out there in existence. Jurassic Park, Jurassic World vehicles. Jurassic World Dominion releasing June of this year. Cannot wait for that. Everybody from the original is coming back. Dr. Grant, Sam Neill, Laura Dern coming back. Dr. Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum coming back. But speaking of dinosaurs, we're going to take a trip to an island off the coast of Costa Rica. Some of you probably know it and recognize it, but my friend John Hammond wants to introduce it. Come on, John.
To Jurassic Park.
That's right. We are heading into Isla Nublar, where dinosaurs roam the earth again, and just like 2, 3, a couple of times have gotten to my tour guests, but I feel good about this. Marty and I have gone through a lot of training for this, not because of this. On your left and on your right, you'll see props and picture cars from the Jurassic Park franchise. We've got the boat from Jurassic Park 3 on your right-hand side, when they're being attacked by the Spinosaurus. A couple of cages from the original series of movies. And then you'll see the giant mobile lab over on your left-hand side from the Lost World Jurassic Park, starring Vince Vaughn, Julianne Moore, and the iconic Jeff Goldblum. Now, we did have some dinosaurs around here. Not really sure if they went. Just keep an eye out, okay?
Whoa, look at it.
Watch out for this big hose. Just kidding.
Oh, look at it.
I think they should do that in the summer, though. Put a big, like, I don't know, mister or something in there. It would be funny for me. Maybe not for all of you. Very funny for me. Yeah, we'd close our windows. Now, something that always shows up on camera anytime a T-Rex is on camera in those movies is the rain. They did that for a couple of reasons. One, to hide the robotic movements of their giant T-Rex robot. But two, because rain makes everything more dramatic. It adds drama to the scene. But they didn't just sit around waiting for it to rain on set. They created the weather that you see on camera. And we're going to take you to Old Mexico to demonstrate how we can control the weather. Now, this area has been used in Big Fat Liar, starring Paul Giamatti, Frankie Muniz, and Amanda Bynes. But here, we mainly use it to show off
You see this?
how we can play God,
You
basically.
see this?
And thunder. That thunder is just a speaker system playing that sound on a
Hey,
loop.
Hey, look over
The
here.
lightning you can see is just lights flashing over and over. And then, if there's thunder and lightning, there's gonna be rain. They're slow on their cue sometimes. That rain is made using a sprinkler system that shoots water up into the air so that it falls down naturally over on the left side. The right side's pretty dry. Now, our rain is actually 3 times thicker than normal rainwater so that it shows up on camera and doesn't just blur the image.
Oh.
But let me turn this off. Okay, let me turn this off. Uh-oh. Sometimes the button sticks, and, you'll find out what happens next.
Oh, look at. Oh, yes, guys. We're gonna hit rain. It's gonna rain out. Oh, flooding.
That is one of the longest running water features, and a version of that flash flood was used in the opening day ceremonies back in 1915. We're taking you past another part of Old Mexico that has been the town of Paria in HBO's Westworld. You can sneak a peek in there. Don't sneak in there. It's private property, remember that. But we're also going to head into 6 Points, Texas, one of the most historical sets here at Universal Studios property. Originally, this was one of 6 Western sets here on our lot, hence the name 6 Points. And every Western set had its own saloon, bank, and sheriff. So, during the silent filming era, it was great. We could film 6 Westerns all at the exact same time because sound didn't matter. Back then, we were cranking out around 200 movies a year, which is unheard of these days. Nowadays, movie studios probably put out maybe 15 to 20, maybe. But guests could spend 25 cents, you'd come onto the lot, you'd sit in bleachers, and you could watch all of these movies be made and cheer or boo as loudly as you wanted. Pretty incredible. Our Western sets were more recently used in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie. They used all of this area on your left-hand side, including the other side of these sets, to film the fictional TV show Lancer in the movie. So you see Leo have his breakdown about how he's such a terrible actor. Boom. Right over there on your left-hand side. That's where it all happened. Not the person in the golf cart. They weren't there in the movie. But, if you can believe it, we're halfway through the tour. So friendly reminder, remain seated, and if you need any kind of assistance, reach up and pull that red cord. We're going to take you past something we call Park Lake. It's a small body of water, but we used it to make it look like the entire Amazon River. It's over on your left-hand side. In Creature from the Black Lagoon, our classic Universal monster movie. Now, this is also the entire Pacific Ocean in the TV show McHale's Navy, as well as used in the TV movie version of Gilligan's Island. And those sound stages across the way, 27, is being used for the American Song Contest. Think of it like Eurovision for the United States. A representative from all 50 states and territories will come over here, sing their hearts out, and compete to be the top spot in America. But speaking of classic monster movies, we created the monster movie genre and the horror movie genre right here in what we call Little Europe. This was originally used as France and Germany and All's Quiet on the Western Front, but during the Great Depression it became home to Frankenstein's monster, the Bride of Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Wolfman, the Invisible Man, and this is also the afterlife. Welcome everybody to the good place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I have never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Okay, well, maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Series also been Port Royale and Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. When you see Captain Jack Sparrow and Will Turner having their big sword fight in the blacksmith shop, Happened all in Little Europe. On your left, though, you will see the backyard and home of Hallmark's TV show, Home and Family. It's a talk show hosted by Debbie Matenopoulos and Cameron Matheson. They would bring celebrity guests over, actors to talk about upcoming projects, musicians who would have concerts out in their backyard, as well as celebrity chefs to teach you how to cook different meals. This house has 2 kitchens in it. That's how they do cooking show segments, by the way. One kitchen on camera, and then another kitchen in the back where they do all the cooking. Blew my mind when I found that out. But this house was also used in Bel Air. They didn't change it, paint it, make it look different. So watch the show on Peacock, and you'll be like, hey, we drove past this house. But y'all, we're heading into a hot set right now, which means there's active filming going on in here. You don't need your 3D glasses. Everything here is already 3D, but we can use our set decoration and our props to figure out where we're supposed to be. This is what we call a fully dressed set. It's ready to be filmed on. Now, it looks like we're in San Francisco. Whoa, okay. Small earthquake, everybody. It should pass very quickly. We get them all the time here. Personally, I would panic. Okay, this could be the big one. Hold on tight. Okay. At least there's no water. Uh-oh. Everybody, give yourselves a round of applause. You just all survived a natural disaster. That was called Earthquake, the big one. And that earthquake registered as an 8.3 on the Richter scale. And honestly, you all handled that like true Californians. You just kind of sat there and took it. Now, that is what we call a large-scale mechanical effect. Meaning there are a lot of smaller effects in a large area, like the collapsing ceiling, the train, the water, all in one place so we can record it from whatever angle we need to and then edit them together into one long cohesive scene. But you know, Marty and I, we've been talking and we feel kind of bad about tricking you so many times. So to make it up to you, we're going to the beach! We're going to Amity Island, my favorite New England getaway. It does say beach closed because they did have a little tiny shark problem. But don't worry, they caught the shark. And one of my best friends, his name's Joseph. He's out there, he's a deep sea diver with the city. He's under the water right now. Just kind of making sure it's safe for us to dip our... What are you pointing at? Oh my gosh. Joseph, buddy. Joseph, come in. Okay, Joseph, you gotta get into the boat. There's a shark. Nothing to worry about. Joseph is a trained professional. I have no doubt in my mind that he's dead. Okay. Remain seated. The safest place to be is on this tram as we pull behind these barrels of gasoline. Oh, there goes the pier.
Oh!
Now we all know what kind of shark that is, right? It is a plastic shark. Now we love our shark. just as much as Steven Spielberg loves his. However, when they were filming, they had a lot of issues with the shark and the platform it was connected to under the ocean. You see, they tested it in fresh water, but when they put it into the salt water of the Atlantic Ocean, the shark stopped working and the platform sank to the bottom of the ocean. On day one of filming, they went through 4 different versions of that shark, quadrupled their filming budget, and went 100 days over their filming schedule. Jaws was originally going to come out in the winter of 1974. It was going to be a holiday movie, believe it or not. But then it came out in the summer of 1975, making it one of the biggest summer blockbusters ever.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited.
The shark worked well enough. For a while there, I had the biggest impact. So I really owe the shark a lot.
Steven Spielberg made Jaws at 25 years old. Incredible. On your right-hand side is what we call our chicken ranch. And this is where Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds filmed all their scenes for the best little whorehouse in Texas. That house used to be able to open up right down the middle like a dollhouse, and that's how they filmed all those big dance numbers in the movie. This is also the home of the Firefly family in Rob Zombie's House of 1,000 Corpses. But I want to point out this yellow house directly behind the chicken ranch, because it's not a house at all. It's what we call a facade. It looks like a house up front, but then there's nothing else going on. We use facades because they are cheap and easy to build and help us make the scene come alive without having to build an entire neighborhood that would take up so much time and effort. But this place we're driving down, this street we're driving down, is actually pretty unique to our studio. A lot of movie studios try to fill in all their available space with sound stages, big backlot sets, but we realized we could use the natural wilderness around us to film in, like Netflix did for Bird Box, starring Sandra Bullock and Trevante Rhodes. You see, when you watch them walking through the woods with their blindfolds on, it's our woods that they're walking through for most of that movie. Even the street we're driving on has been used in film and TV, like in Fox's 911. Starring Angela Bassett, who should have an Oscar by now. But they filmed a huge mudslide episode down here where a limousine was flipped over by the mud, and then they filmed the EMTs rescuing the people stuck inside. But we're about to round this corner and show you some more picture cars. These cars have been used in movies like Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, Beetlejuice, Psycho, Fast 7, Fate of the Furious, Fast and Furious 3, Tokyo Drift. Bumblebee is out here in his yellow Chevy Camaro form. Personally, though, I wouldn't leave my cars parked out here because their neighbor, he's a bit of a psycho.
They're probably watching me. Well, let them see what kind of a person I am.
This is the Bates Motel.